Thanks for coming back to Vinny and Jeremiah's how-to channel. I'm solo today. Vinny's not here. Just thought I'd show you something that's kind of cool. I don't know if a lot of people know this, but you have a wrench like this that's totally seized with rust. There's a super easy way just to get it to work, and you can restore it to make it basically look like new. All you have to use is vinegar, just regular white vinegar. Put it, you can just put it in here, let it soak. I usually just do it overnight. I think you could probably do it, you could probably get away with like 6 hours if it wasn't super rusty, but this is just some that I've used before. I do this with a lot of old tools that I find. Can reuse them. Once I get this one restored, I'll show you some of the other ones I have, but so you can just reuse it. I don't know how many times you can reuse it. I just use it until I can't anymore. This one's getting pretty close to, you can kind of see all the little bits that are on there. This tool isn't really very old. It's you can see the paint, it probably was red. I just found it out cleaning out my garage, and this was out back. So I thought, well, it doesn't work. Do this, I don't know. Shit, I'm gonna need more vinegar. Actually, no, that should be good. I'll just let it soak on one side for about 6 hours and I'll flip it. So, we'll let this soak, put a lid on it, and I'll come back and show you how well it works. Welcome back. It's been a couple days. I actually forgot these in the solution. So hopefully I didn't ruin anything, because the bleach won't wreck regular steel, but it'll wreck some. Oh. So what I ended up having to do, because you couldn't, if you remember from the last video, there wasn't enough to completely submerge the big wrench here. I just went and found a bunch of old rusty tools. So you can already actually see that, I mean, this is already pretty much working, which is pretty nice. So, but all you do is, yeah, just leave it in the vinegar for a day or two. I got some just regular water wire brush. I can show you some of the other things I put in here that were, the paint's coming off that one even. So this was just, oh, look how dirty this vinegar is now. See and make sure nothing got wrecked. This Allen wrench set was totally rusted. I couldn't get any of them off out of the little container. Still might not be able to. Oh, yep. See there? You can kind of see where they were stuck at. What, Maya? It's my daughter. I'm a stay-at-home dad right now, so she's wondering what I'm doing. Alright, so let's look at this one. And you'll see it's almost like magic what that vinegar does to rust. Now this one was completely rusted. You couldn't see anything on it, none of the imprints. This one I got at Menards. It's a grill brush, but it works really well for doing this. So, you'll see, I mean, most of this stuff will have pitting on it just because it sat for so long. But you can see how nice it turns out. Alright, let's get the big wrench out. And you want to wear eye protection when you're doing this. Scrub it. This one I don't have a big enough bucket for it, but you can see all the metal is back. You can see the paint. See if it opens. And, yeah, it's opening up just fine now. So, this is an awesome way to reuse tools. If you have a bunch of tools like I do that people left sitting out, like my dad does, you can find them, put them in some vinegar for overnight, maybe a day or two, scrub them down with a wire brush, put them in some water. One thing I always do after, if you just leave this now, you'll get some real like superficial rust on it. Just spray it with WD-40. That's what I use. Just spray it, kind of coat it with the WD-40, then wipe the WD-40 off. And the stuff will be good as new, basically. Besides some pitting in older items. Let's see what else we got in here, though. This, I didn't even realize, this must have paint on it. Some other old rusted odds and ends I found. It's really dirty. Yeah. Yeah, this was painted black, so that's a paint remover too. What else do I have in here? I just grabbed a bunch of heavy things that would work. Oh, here's a... Oh, this is kind of interesting. Never have too many of these little tiny wrenches for the odd sizes. Let's see what this is. This was completely covered. It was all full of dirt and rust and everything else. And we can see, oh, this was made in the USA. It's a 15/64 wrench. I don't know if you can see that. If it'll focus or not, but cool little wrench. I think there was a couple other ones that oh, here's another. Oh, this is cool. This one I found in an old toolbox. Don't have to scrub it hardly. It's got a little rust still, but or a little discoloration. But this is Globemaster, made in West Germany. 3/8 inch wrench. So yeah. Now that you know this, you can go to the garage sales, pick up all the, a lot of times they'll have really cheap, rusted old tools. Pick them up, grab some vinegar. There's other, you can buy this different solutions, but vinegar works just fine. There are some metals. Do your research before you put in. I can't remember if it's brass. I don't know, some metals the vinegar will just destroy. So don't put everything in there. Look, do your research before you do it. Yeah. Let's see here. And there's the old metal back to life. And it's a messy job, as you can see. So thank you for watching. Hope you have fun with this. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video. And Vinny is going to be back soon, hopefully. Thanks. Bye. Here is the after. I scrubbed them a little more, ran them under some water. I noticed that I didn't zoom in very well in the video. Sorry about that. This one's made in the USA. Nice little wrench. This is the West German wrench. That's kind of neat. So that's that little surface rust I was talking about when it dries. Little WD-40, that goes right away. And I don't have any right now, so I'm going to have to get some. I had some mineral oil too and I lost that. This is a neat little wrench here. So for this one, if I really wanted to restore it, I would have scrubbed it a little more. Take it all apart, put it in some paint remover, get rid of all that red paint, and you can just repaint it. Best thing is I've got a new Allen wrench set that I found that Stanley, I'm guessing this was my grandpa's. A lot of these tools I found were, when he passed away, we inherited some toolboxes for old rusty tools, so I clean them every once in a while. But all right, well, hope you guys can use this sometime, and thanks for watching. Bye. So these are some tools that I did that I put the WD-40 on right afterwards. Some old wrenches, they're kind of neat. So you can see the 3/4 inch wrench here. This one was so rusted, I couldn't see any of the markings. No, it looks fine. All of them are made in the USA. So this works perfect now. Nippers. So yeah, so that's just, this is one that I just did, but you can see how it's got that little bit of a rust color. Put the WD-40 on, and it works perfect. And I did these ones probably a year ago. And they're good to go. So just wanted to show you what the WD-40 does to it. It's definitely a crucial step.